Hey guys, welcome back to Trade or Die. So today we're going to go through September 1st all the way to let me clear this. September 1st to the 5th. So where are we? September 1st starts over here. So we get to 4 o'clock. I wouldn't be up. 5:30, 6 o'clock, 6:20. There's a decent trade over here. It is breaking structure, however it hasn't broken the last high over here, so it definitely would be a tough trade. But let's say we did take it and we use the same risk reward. All right, we're looking at a $9 risk for a $18 reward, and then 41. Okay, so now we got our stop loss, buy and sell even. Okay, so we took this trade on the pullback. Price eventually gets to the target. Oh, I just messed up my thing again, sorry guys. 41.50. okay, good. So over here, if we were to take the buys, we'd definitely be profitable, and it probably wouldn't hit the break even, auto break even. So that's one trade. And then as far as another trade would be right here. Once it breaks structure high, we definitely get stopped out over here, only because of how big this pullback is. One thing to recognize is that this happens at 8:30, right? So you really got to be wary of the times that you're trading. This is probably like a news event or something that happened. So again, you got to use your discretion when you're actually trading. So price pops up here, we create new highs for the session, and then we don't really get any great pullbacks. It does build a bit of structure here, and you can potentially take another buy. But again, it would be a really risky buy just because of the area that it's in. If you were to take the buy though, you definitely would be profitable. So after 9:30, price actually breaks down, it breaks structure, but there's no real pullbacks. So we'll just continue going. Over here, not really a valid setup. There's no structure that's breaking to the downside. Over here, minor support, structure pulls down, and then boom, we have a nice pullback and a continuation. So on trades like this, you could actually move your targets a bit further to pretty much get more pips. So here's another setup right here. This setup is really iffy for me, especially because the wick is actually the same size as the body. So really this trade wouldn't even have been taken. And again, one thing we really have to consider is that the candle before the pullback, it really needs to be bigger than $8. That's another thing too. So if we look at this, it's just $8. So we got 92 up to 704. So 693 or 692. And then that's my $8. So this is actually still $8, but again, the wick is just too big. Over here, again, the wick on the pullback candle is just, it's not enough to actually take that trade. If we did take it though, we would lose, and that sucks. Auto break even would probably kick in since it does get down to here. But again, like, you got to use that discretion. After 12:30, there's nothing else to take. This trade is promising. However, we're not really breaking any structure here, so we'd stay out of it. Price is forming great structure though when you look at it, right? Lower highs, higher highs, and then over here, structure does break, right? It breaks the previous structure here, here, and also here. And then if we were to take it, we'd be in a really weird situation because, you know, we're stopped out. In addition to that, one thing to consider too is the time. It's 4 o'clock. We shouldn't be taking any trades at 4 o'clock. Much yet after 3. So let's continue into September 3rd, which is the Monday. September 3rd. No, that's Sunday. So let's not do Sunday, and we'll move into, I'm just gonna bring these here. We'll move into Monday. Let me bring this over here. I'll bring this over here too. I'm also gonna change these into dollars so it's easier to see. So let's move into Monday. So now we're into Monday 9 for September the 4th. Okay, the Monday. Okay, so back to Monday. Now it is 6 o'clock. So let's continue. Price pulls down, it breaks structure, and this is a minor, so again, you really got to use that discretion. And stopped out, and that's completely fine, right? Shit happens. Again, price breaks structure, and then boom, stopped out. One thing to really recognize is that when price breaks minors, it's a lot less likely to continue in that direction, right? In addition to that, if we see that we're going up, it's really hard to want to take those buys or those sells, considering, you know, we're in an uptrend. Again, same thing happens over here. Get that pullback, and then again, stop loss. This trade wouldn't be considered the best trade as well, because again, the wick is the same size as the body, so you really got to use that discretion. By 10 o'clock, we actually break structure, right? We see that we can potentially go down, and we have an entry over here. So on this entry, right, we have a take profit, which is great. And then again, price does the same thing over here. Boom. But then we potentially get stopped out, and you know, that's okay. That's just a part of the game, right? So let me just add this and this. And then I'll also add one over here too, because what I want to do is I want to tally up the trades. So on this day, on Monday, September 4th, there would have been 3 trades and 2 losses, 1 win. So it pretty much would have been break even. So let's continue into this. We did break structure, but this is 5 o'clock, so now we can go to the next day. Let me bring some of these over. So now we're gonna go into Tuesday, September 5th. So now that we're in Tuesday, let's get to our 6 o'clock, 6:30. So 5 o'clock, nice little pullback, but again, the body is too small compared to the wick, so really gotta be careful with that. Over here, price popped up, and the body of this bear candle, not only is it too small, but also this bull candle too is way too small. So we get 65 to 69. That's not even $8, so we can disregard that. Price moves down, and then it does a pullback. We see the break in structure and the minor structure, and we get a pullback right here. This one would be really tough as well, because you know, the body and this wick are almost the same size. So if we look at the size of the body, that's to really determine if it's actually a proper trade. So 47, 56, that's $10. So I'd probably take this trade. So let's count that as an L for the Tuesday. Now let's move in to this part over here. Again, over here, possibly an L, depending on how the trade develops. But overall, this would probably be a break even as well too. And then we continue into the day. We have a pullback over here. Great pullback, but the pullback was too far. It was past the prior candle's body, so we really shouldn't consider it. So we wait. Again, same thing happens over here. Pull back way too far. Pulls back farther than the prior body's candle, and also this wick as well too is too big. Up here, same thing happens. Wick is too big, body's too small, so we don't take those trades. And now price continues to go. We get to 12 o'clock around here. No pullbacks over here. Probably could consider the trade. So over here we take a sell. Oops. Here we take a sell, and then again potentially break even. The other thing too, guys, is again discretion, right? If you see price going up, we shouldn't really be looking for sells unless it's breaking, you know, breaking structure to go the other direction. So once we break structure here, right, the minor resistance, we see a pullback right there, which is great. On this trade, we may actually get stopped out depending on where the auto break even is set up. So we continue into 2 o'clock, nothing. And then after the session, really nothing, we get into 4 o'clock. And that's, you know, that's about it. Let's tally up the trades and see how we actually did between September 1st to the 5th and see how we do. So let's go into September 1st. And this time I'm gonna actually use, I'm gonna consider break even. Okay. Monday. Okay. So Friday we had, there we go. So every point is $5. So there's 4 points in a dollar move, so that's going to be 20, and that's why I multiplied that by 20. And then for the micro, let's go to micro MNQ. We will get specs $2. $0.5. So I should have multiplied this by 2. I don't know if that makes sense, but 90 versus 2. No, this makes perfect sense. This makes perfect sense because a damn micro will have will be 1/10 of the mini, and for me, I'll be trading 3 contracts, so I'll multiply that by 3. So it's actually 270. So we're gonna have the same formula for Tuesday and also Monday. Okay, so now let's tally up our trades to see, you know, how we did over the last 3 days. So September 1st to September 4th, Tuesday. September 1st is a Friday, by the way. So first trade, we have 18. Second trade, -9. Third trade, 18. Fourth trade, we win and we get 18. So overall, I'm taking the sum of this to get the dollars that we've earned, and then every dollar move is essentially $2 because it's a micro, and then I'm going to be trading 3 contracts. If it were 1 contract, right, it would be, you know, the dollar move times 20, and that'll be $900. So that's really the difference between trading the micro and the minis. So now let's go into Monday and see how we did. So for Monday, so these would be sells. Boom, stopped. We'd get stopped here. So for sells, -9. And then that's trade 1. Trade 2, we get 18. Potentially could be more. Trade 3, we get I think we get break even, but let's just say we lose. So -9. So overall, 0, break even. And like, we're not really considering commissions here, so you know, let's just say it's insignificant at this point. So now let's move on to the last day, the Tuesday. So for Tuesday, what do we get? So sells, -9. This one would probably be auto break even, but it's okay. Now we get here, same thing, probably auto break even, but let's do -9. Over here, trade 3, probably break even, but let's do -9. And then trade 4, we get 18. So overall, over that time period, we would have 720 for the minis, and then gain 200 for micros, and that would be $36 in profit overall. So again, you really got to use that discretion when you trade. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna keep doing this. I'll probably do 3 days at a time until I get to, you know, my current day in October. But thanks guys, bye.